Okay. Sorry about that. I like to see how long the delay is so I know how much time to give for questions. Before we get started, I'm going to go over a couple quick announcements. The week of May 18th, not next week, but the following week, I will be cutting it back down to one video a week, one video class a week, and that will be Wednesday. Because as long as everything stays on plan, I'm back to teaching here. I'm going to continue, like I said, once a week, these online classes, and probably one pre-recorded video a week. But the week starting May 18th, it'll be a Wednesday night video, Wednesday night online class. So, yay. Other than that, let's get started. Jumbi, cheer up, get right. Okay, tonight we're going to be going over replacement steps. Hopefully everybody's warmed up because I got a lot of information I want to try to cover in 30 minutes. So what is replacement step? It's exactly what it sounds. It's where my my back foot replaces my front foot. Basically to close distance, to control the distance of a fight. So let's say I'm throwing a lead leg front snap kick. My back foot's going to come up, replace it, kick, back, down. So replacement step is exactly that. It replaces. Now what's a crossover? Crossover step is a couple different things. We use that terminology a lot in like a side kick out of a back stance, where we have a tendency of stepping in a back stance, in a fighting stance, and we step over or behind is the way I teach, and then kick. But a crossover step is where your feet cross. So basically my back foot becomes my front foot. Now, why one and not the other? A couple of reasons. Let's say I'm trying to control the fight. Okay, so I want to be to the side of my opponent. Now, depending on how your style is, how you choose to fight, I fight right side forward, strong side forward. Because I'm striking predominantly with my lead leg and my lead hand. Why is that important? Because when I'm trying to control the fight, realistically, this is where I want to be. I want to be to his side so that I have access to the front of his body. Why is that important? We kind of went over this last class. That center line target. You know, liver, pancreas, solar plexus, throat, nose, eyes. Don't get me wrong, striking to the kidneys is great, but the front is where I'm looking for the most damage. So if I'm here on his side, chances are I'm going to be looking for a a replacement step, because I don't want to switch feet. Now, with that being said, if I'm on this side, right leg forward, I'm still going to want to fight him with my dominant side, with my lead side. Now my lead side is going to be to his back, so I'm going to cross over, I'm going to step. Now my lead is to his front, which is where I want to be. Now, that's not the only reason to choose one or the other, crossover or replacement. The other reason is distancing. Let's take a look at distancing for a second. So if I'm here and I throw a punch, it's not going to connect. Yes, you saw Bob wiggle a minute, but where am I aiming? 2 to 3 inches past my target. So if I'm here, that is not going to hit. Yes, I can lean forward, but then I lose my balance. My head over shoulders, over hips, over feet. So if I need to gain just a little bit of distance, I'm going to use my replacement. Boom, boom, okay? Now, if I'm further away, now I'm going to use my crossover. So here, I'm going to step in, boom. So you can cover significantly more distance. Now, Yes, one is potentially faster than the other. But in a fight, everything's going to be happening so fast, that's not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is controlling the fight. Controlling the fight. So we're going to run through just a few drills of how you can practice this on your own. Now, the key to practicing these drills, you'll never guess what the first one is. Repetition. Doing the same movement over and over and over again. Now, the second key, which most everybody overlooks, the second main skill you need for these techniques is to practice them slowly. Too many times we want to get in there, get in our fighting position here, boom, and we just want to start doing it fast. You can't do it slow, you can't do it fast. So the key to practicing this technique is to do them slow. So the first drill that we're doing, and once again, tonight everything is going to be done out of a fighting stance. See, I'm going down the rabbit hole where one thing leads into another thing leads into another thing. Fighting stance is not a front stance, fighting stance is not a back stance. Fighting stance is exactly that, it's a fighting stance. So my fighting stance consists of my feet about one shoulder width apart, one shoulder width wide, hands in front of the shoulders, not up in front of the head, in front of the shoulders. Why? Because they're relaxed there. They're protecting my ribs and they're relaxed. When they're up here, my back is firing, my triceps are firing, and I want to remain as relaxed as possible. So, assume your fighting stance, one wide, one long, hands in front of the shoulders, protecting your riblets. So, we're going to start with the replacement step. The replacement step is, like I said, just that. Your front foot comes up and replaces your lead foot. So, you're going to step up and then out. And then moving backwards, same thing. So, and that's all there is to it. 1, 2. 1, 2. Now make sure that when you're doing this, you're driving off the ball of the foot. You don't want to get heavy-footed and just stomp, 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 stomp. Okay, think of this like dancing. You want to be light on your feet, stay on the balls of your feet. So when you drive off that back foot, drive off the lead foot. Same moving backwards, drive off the lead foot, drive off the back foot. Again, so we're going to step up and out. Back, forward, back, forward, back, forward. Good. Switch. Once again, we train to be ambidextrous. Yes, I want to fight with my dominant side forward 99.9% of the time because that's who I am. But what happens if something goes wrong? I.e., my instructor was missing an eye. An engine blew up in his face and he lost his eye. And the problem with that is, fighting dominant side forward, all of this is black to me. Now fighting with my left side forward, just this area is black to me. So sometimes you may have to switch. So left foot forward, one wide, one long, hands up, protecting your riblets, driving off the back foot, driving off the lead foot. Driving off the lead foot, driving off the back foot. Forward, back. Forward, back. Forward, back. And I don't know if anybody's caught on yet. You have this huge advantage to the replacement step. Watch again. I am lined up on the square, lined up square with the camera. As I step forward, what did I do? I moved off my opponent's center line. Why is that important? Because this is where he's aiming, is in front of me. So if I'm here, not only can I still strike the center line, do I know where my opponent is, but now he has to reorient himself to hit me. Once again, another level of control in that fight. And that's what we're looking for controlling the situation. Controlling the situation. So right side forward, one more time. Very simple, stepping up with the left, out with the right, and then back. Forward, back. Forward, back. Really focus on the head, that you're not bobbing the head or excessive up-down movement. Once again, you want to be graceful. Now left forward, forward, back. Forward, back. Forward, back. Eventually, this will become spontaneous. You won't even have to think about it anymore. Like for instance, when I'm sparring or fighting in the ring, I don't even think about the replacement step. It just comes naturally to me now because I've done it a bajillion times. This is one of my favorite ways to control the fight, especially when you're good at distancing. When you know where to stand and your distancing is correct, you can do a lot with that. So distancing, knowing your distance is key. Okay, so now let's add a technique to that. I don't necessarily just want to, he's starting some beef with me. I don't necessarily want to, he's throwing a punch, just step into it. Okay, because if I step into it, I get hit, that step didn't mean anything anymore. You always want to move, like we said, what was that? Once again, another class. Is it the jab class? The combo class? One of those classes. Strike moving in, strike moving out. Strike moving in, strike moving out. And you don't need a bob to practice this. You can practice this one just with air. Just with air. So this could be a feint. It could just be just to feel your distance. Or if you know your distance, like I said, here I can hit. Here I can. So once again, why distancing is so key is here, no contact. Here, I'm going for the eyes. Okay, so first technique, you're going to throw a jab, stepping up. As you step up, as your back foot replaces that front foot, you throw a punch, 1, 2, and then step back. So let's run through that again. Lead hand feint, stepping up, striking, stepping out with the lead leg again, 1, 2. One more time, striking, stepping up with the rear foot as you punch, stepping out, 1, 2, with the lead foot. And then just go through this very slowly. I'll do it facing the camera so that you can see. You don't need a target, just have that opponent in your mind's eye. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reset. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reset. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reset. Notice how I adjust for my target so that as I step out, I know this is where my opponent was. This is where I need to be aiming now. I'm not still striking straight ahead. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a good way to also start working on your footwork so that you can strike as you're moving. You can strike as you're moving. Now let's switch feet and do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reset. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reset. 1, 2, 3, 4. And once you get comfortable with just the straight punches, with just the straight punches, you can start adding other techniques. So, lead hand jab, palm strike, ridge hand, palm strike. Reset. Lead hand fingers to the eyes, rear hand palm strike. Stepping in, roundhouse punch, ridge hand. Reset. Neck chop, hammer fist, palm strike, ridge hand. You notice I go to ridge hand a lot. That's probably one of my favorite hand techniques. One of the techniques we did in Krav last class. Palm strike, spear hand jab, Leopard strike is what we call this. Hammer fist. So you can start adding and building to your own combos while you're moving. And notice I'm always attacking from different angles. What do I mean by that? I'm going to go I'll go right side forward so you can see. I'm going with fingers to the eyes. Palm strike, stepping in, roundhouse punch coming from around this side, coming back around with that ridge hand. Wrist to the nose, hooking it around, boom, to the temple, to the throat if I manage to pop his head up. Okay, start finding your own combos. But once again, can't do it slow, can't do it fast. Make sure you just practice this movement over and over. 1, 2, 3, 4, reset. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just over and over and over. Get comfortable with that movement. Yes, thank you. I was wondering what you agreed with. Ridge hand is probably one of our best hand techniques on the planet. Once again, I love Krav Maga. Never take that away, or take away that I don't. I love Krav Maga. But Krav Maga builds on natural human reaction. What's a natural human reaction to getting hit? This movement. If it looks familiar, it should. That's a Krav Maga block. The problem with a block is if somebody knows how to throw a really good roundhouse punch, a hook, or more importantly, they know how to throw a ridge hand, that block is not going to do anything because let's imagine Bob don't have anything, he can use his arms. I don't know, let's try this. This is going to go horribly awry. Let's imagine Bob comes up with that block. He's blocking his head, the hook, the ridge hand. Boom, hooks right around, hits him regardless. One of my favorite techniques. Okay, that was the replacement step. Not gonna lie, I use that one about 1,000,000 times more than I use the crossover step. I'm not a huge fan of the crossover step. I'm about to put my own foot in my mouth because I have seen people that can throw this faster than I can throw a replacement step. But I think it's slower. I think there's way more tells involved. And I'm really good at controlling the distance. So I never really have to close huge, vast amounts of distance. So the crossover step is not as important to me as the replacement step. But that being said, a lot of people use that crossover step. So like I said, this replacement versus crossover, you can tell what team I'm on. Now, crossover step, we're going to work. Oh, sorry. Let me backtrack real quick on that replacement step. Don't think of it as just punching techniques. What do I mean by that? My go-to technique is twofold. One, lead hand jab, replacement step, roundhouse. Lead hand jab, replacement step, hook kick. Those are my go-to combos. Get their hands up, blocking their head, hook kick. Hook kick, coming around behind their hand, or vice versa with a roundhouse kick, hands up, coming around to the back of the head, connecting with the other kick. So this is why I use this. So don't hesitate to throw kicks into this. So how would I incorporate a kick? Lead hand feint. Stepping up jab, once again. I'm just trying to get his hands up. Replacement step, kick to the groin, here. 1, 2, kick, here. So absolutely practice this with your kicks also. Now, back to the crossover step. Crossover step, we're actually completely stepping through. Switching our feet. But once again, here or here, I'm just increasing my reach, my distance. So, lead hand jab. Sorry, let's just practice the movement. It's really easy. You're gonna drive off the back foot. Here. Now, notice that when I drive over my normal stance. So, this is my normal stance. I drive to here and then drag my other foot forward. If I'm going to gain distance, I'm going to gain distance. So I'm going to be here, here, boom. Okay? So, it's simply that. Just step forward, boom. Maintain your fighting stance. Driving off the ball of that foot, here. Here. Good. Other side. I feel really guilty right now. I devoted 20 minutes to replacement step, and I'm going to give crossover step like 8 minutes. I'm definitely biased. Driving forward with that right foot, here. Remember, at the end of it, especially if you overdrive like I have the tendency to do, make sure you're still in your fighting stance. The stance doesn't change. Too many times when I see this technique, it becomes here, here. Like a split, a sideways split. That's not what we want. We want to maintain that fighting stance. Oh, this tape needs to go. So, driving off the left foot, right foot, driving forward, here. Reset, here. And this is, once again, where head bobbing and body bobbing in general becomes a major deal. A major deal, because with this being a longer technique, there's a lot more tells involved, like I already discussed. So if I come up here, chances are they're going to hit me, boom, right as I come up. So remember, you are driving forward, not up. So just drive forward, here, reset. Drive forward, reset. Drive forward, reset. Good. Now let's add some strikes in with this. Once again, start slow. I would rather you do this 1,000 times slow than 100 times and then you start learning sloppy technique. So, slow is better. So, right foot forward. We're striking with the lead. Once again, whether it be a feint, whether it's just to get their hands up, doesn't matter to me. As you're stepping forward, you're driving with the same hand. You're driving with the same hand. So it's here, boom. Notice I don't drive and then, I don't move my hand at the same time as my feet. I throw my punch when my left foot is even with my right foot. Boom, and then that's when you strike. Okay? So, lead hand jab, driving, 1, 1, 2. Reset. Driving off the rear, 1, 1, 1, 2. Driving off the lead here, and driving off the rear foot, 1, 2. Completely missed that one, didn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Reset. 1, 2, 3, 4. And notice this is another way for you to not become, break the habit of being a one-hit wonder. Too many times in sparring, I see people out there here, boom, and they get that one hit in. And 1, they got it, or 2, they lost the point. I'm about to upset a lot of people because that is a stupid way of fighting. That is ring fighting, that's not defensive fighting. One-hit wonders, that's going to get you killed. We never throw one technique, always combos. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Reset. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reset. Switch. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reset. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reset. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reset. Switch. And once again, start adding your combos. Start adding, we're coming up to the end, question of the night. please come up with it. Once again, we're looking at like a 30-second delay, so I'll easily fill that time with talking. So, add your combos. Fingers, chances are that's where I'm always going to go just because it's the longest technique. Fingers to the eyes. Ridge hand, hammer fist, palm strike. Reset. If you're in Krav, spear hand jab. Spear hand jab. Hammer fist. Ridge hand, neck chop. Reset. Other side. Palm strike. Neck chop, palm strike, hammer fist. Reset. Fingers to the eyes, stepping forward. Hammer fist, palm strike, neck chop. Okay, now where would you add the kick in this technique? Where would you add the kick? Simple. Your advancing foot. Your advancing foot is a foot that I would kick with. So let's say I have an opponent that is great at distancing. He is a phenomenal tight fighter. What do I mean by that is, this is where he excels, which means I don't want to be here. So then chances are, this is where I'm going to be fighting from. Because, once again, with the crossover step, you're going to be kicking with the rear leg. You're going to be kicking with the rear leg. So I'm going to come here, and as I'm stepping forward, boom, that's when I do my kick. I'm going to add it into the into the crossover step. Okay, so if he's really good at being up close and personal, I'm going to want to keep my distance. So here, 1, driving forward, 2, 3, 4, reset. Okay, get his hands up. If you have dirt, throw dirt in his eye. Whatever, I don't care. Stepping forward, kick, neck chop, neck chop. Okay? So guys, once again, let's say I do a quick recap. Replacement step is simply that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not as big of a distance, but in my opinion, it's significantly faster. Crossover step. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're actually completely stepping forward. As martial artists, we get enough crossover training, crossover step training. Forms. Forms, think about it. That's what we do on every form for the most part, is crossover step. As a matter of fact, in the Hachi, here, all of our movements are crossover step, replacement. Sorry. Any questions of the night? No? So guys, other than that, replacement step, crossover, add it into your training. Improve your footwork. Try to stay on the balls of your feet. Get that lightness going on. Start working on your combos. You know, you had a combo homework last week. Now's your chance to build on it. Add more to your training schedule. Okay? Other than that, don't forget, May 18th, week, we're back to business. So please, please, please come to class. Other than that, if you like the video, please leave a like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Other than that, you all have a... And I'll either see you at Krav Maga or I'll see you next Tuesday. Jumbi! Cheer up! Get right. Y'all are dismissed. Have a good evening.